What's up, fellow dragons? Now, usually I try and be a bit more enthusiastic in my videos, but I decided to talk about something that I've never talked about or even mentioned on my channel before. So I'm gonna be a bit more serious in this video. Just let me flip this back so I can be a bit more serious about this. I am autistic. I have been living with autism my whole life. At a young age, I was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD for short. It's not easy living with autism because people who have autism, like me, they can't, it's not easy for them to do the things that other people are able to do. And I will be honest with you, when I record videos, it's not easy for me to record a lot of times, and sometimes during recording I either stutter or trip on my words or do both because I have a hard time talking to people, even when it's not face to face. Because even though I am recording and there's nobody around me and there's nobody in front of me, I still feel like that there's somebody in front of me that I'm trying to talk to when I am looking at the camera, because I feel like there's like hundreds of eyes on me. I never really talk about my autism on my channel or even mention them in any of my videos because it's usually not something that I would talk about on my channel. But this video that I have made today, I've made an exception for this video because I have been doing YouTube for over 5 years, combining the time that I spent on my old channel, which is no longer existent anymore, and the time I've spent on this channel. And because I have been making videos for quite a while, I thought this is a good time that I speak of this, not just because how long I have been making videos on YouTube, but I'm also doing this because I want you guys to get to know me a little better in the process, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't really know much about me, other than the fact that I play games, I like Spyro a lot, and throughout my years of being on YouTube, I'm pretty sure you guys couldn't really tell that I've been living with this, because yeah, I don't really act like it, but there are people that have autism that are actually really smart. I happen to be one of them, but despite that I am smart, I still have a hard time. Like, I couldn't even do things on my own during the time that I was in school. Through all my school years, I had to have somebody along with me that would help me, because I have a hard time doing things on my own. I even have a friend that went to the same school as me who was also autistic, and we would hang out a lot, and we had a lot of really good memories from those days. I think one memory that I think is most memorable is when we would play on the computers in the computer room. We would go in the computer room during the lunch hours and we would play games together. It was part of their developing good behaviors system that they had for us, where we would only be allowed in the computer room during the lunch hour to play games on the computers if we were good. And we had a lot of fun playing Minecraft back then. One time we had so much fun that he made a little comic book about it. I got it somewhere in here. Hang on. Aha! Yep. I found it. There it is. This was the very first of many Minecraft comic books that we would make during our school years. I think these comic books was where I got the first name of my channel from, the Stealth Guy, back before I rebranded to the Handsome Spyro because I met my girlfriend. I could talk about the details of how I met my girlfriend, but I already did that in another video that you can go check out. And there are times that I freeze up because I keep, sometimes, even though I'm not doing anything wrong, I keep having that thought of where I'm like, is this right? Am I still doing something wrong? What if I do something wrong? And even while recording this video, I have gone silent at some parts because it takes me some time to think about what I want to say and find the words. Sometimes it takes me a while to think out my sentences. And to my surprise, I'm actually not the only YouTuber that has autism. I did a Google search one night and I was just seeing things where it was like 4 autistic YouTubers you should check out, or 5 autistic YouTubers that you didn't know, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not the only one on YouTube that lives with this. I really think that the reason that I don't really talk about my autism much on the channel is because I didn't really know what you guys would think about me. But that's another thing. Like, when I asked my parents questions, I always thought that the response was going to be not positive, because there were a lot of times when I want to ask them about something that I want, I get nervous about that because I always think that they're gonna say no. Probably because I get anxious a lot. Now, at this point in this video, I can't think of much. I can't really think of anything else to say here. And that's another thing. Sometimes when I record videos and then I get to my outro, sometimes I have troubles finding the words to do an outro because I don't really know what to say. A lot of times when I am making a video and it's time for me to wrap it up, I can't really think of much to say when the video is almost over. But let me just close this with a question. am I really completely fine with living with autism, and I am not ashamed of it? Yeah, I'm totally fine with it. I don't understand why there'd be a problem with that. It's just the way I am, you know? And no, I do not have to be ashamed of it. What's the point in being ashamed of who I am? That being ashamed of who I am is not really gonna get me far. Even when I'm feeling down and I feel like that I can't do something, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna be as good as other people. Like, I can't do what other people can. And even though that I have those thoughts, it feels like those thoughts are the kind of thoughts that help me to keep moving forward. Because every time that I think I can't do something, I end up doing it because I keep doubting myself. Every time I doubt myself, it helps me move forward. And that's just something that's just hard for me to explain. The only thing that I can say about it is that doubting myself feels like that one thing that drives me to pick myself up and keep on moving forward, no matter how down I am feeling. Anyways, I can't really think of anything else to say, so I feel like that I have been telling my story long enough. So, I hope you enjoyed listening to this little video, and I hope you learned a little bit more about myself with that story. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to put them in the comments below. But that's gonna be all for me. Thanks for watching. And even though this was completely unplanned, this is the 1,000 subscribers special, and I want to thank everyone who had supported me on my journey to reaching this many subscribers here on the channel. I will try to think of something that I would like to do as a way of celebrating this milestone, even though it is a small milestone. But until then, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications, and I will chat with you all again later in my next video.